The Price of Everything: How Infinite Wealth and Paranoia Imprisoned Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes is one of the most fascinating figures in American history, a billionaire aviation pioneer, filmmaker, and businessman whose mind was as brilliant as it was tortured. While he never actually became a trillionaire, he died in 1976 with a net worth of about $1.5 billion, which is roughly $8 billion today. His story perfectly illustrates the exact trajectory you are asking about: how infinite wealth, combined with extreme paranoia and an obsession with money, can reduce a titan of industry to an isolated, helpless man. The empire, business, and the country. Hughes inherited the Hughes Tool Company, which held a monopoly on a specific drill bit used in oil drilling. This created a massive, passive income that funded his wild ambitions. Aviation. He founded Hughes Aircraft Company, which became a massive defense contractor. He set world speed records as a pilot and designed the infamous Spruce Goose, the H-4 Hercules, the largest flying boat ever built, which flew only once. He also owned TWA, Trans World Airlines. Hollywood. He produced and directed massive films like Hell's Angels and owned RKO Pictures. He famously bought Las Vegas casinos and hotels simply because he didn't want to leave his hotel room and face the public. Influence on the country. At his peak, Hughes was arguably one of the most powerful men in America. He controlled the skies, influenced defense contracts during the Cold War, and manipulated politicians to keep his monopolies intact. The madness and the money. Plagued by severe OCD and a crippling terror of germs, worsened by plane crash injuries and painkiller addiction, Hughes' life devolved into bizarre rituals. He refused to touch doorknobs, wore Kleenex boxes as shoes, and locked himself naked in dark rooms for months at a time. His true tragedy, however, was how his wealth fueled his illness. A normal person is forced into treatment. Hughes simply bought his reality. He employed the Mormon Mafia, an army of aides who enforced his germ-free rules, literally washed his money before he touched it, and paid off doctors to ignore his failing health. His billions acted as an echo chamber. By insulating him from the real world, his infinite wealth allowed his madness to grow completely unchecked until it consumed him entirely. The scandals. Fueled by ruthless ambition and mental decline, Hughes's life was riddled with controversy. The CIA cover-up, 1970s, partnered with the CIA to secretly salvage a sunken Soviet submarine, publicly disguising the mission as a deep-sea mining expedition in one of the Cold War's greatest cover-ups. The Nixon connection. A $205,000 loan to President Nixon's brother sparked a political firestorm and fueled rumors that it triggered the Watergate break-in. The Las Vegas turmoil. His secretive, erratic buyout of Vegas casinos ignited bitter wars with mobsters, the Nevada Gaming Commission, and rival blackmailers. The hypothetical: becoming a trillionaire. While Hughes died a multi-billionaire, one could argue that if his mind had stayed sharp, his companies could have rivaled modern tech giants. If he had held on to TWA, expanded Hughes Aircraft into modern aerospace dominance, and invested his wealth into the stock market over the last 50 years, his estate could theoretically have approached trillionaire status today. Obsessed with control, yet paralyzed by germophobia, Hughes literally lost his empire by refusing to show up. His decline happened in 3 devastating stages. The figurehead. Too terrified to engage with the world, Hughes became merely a signature on a piece of paper. Executives like Robert Mahou ran his empire, reducing Hughes to a paranoid bystander in his own life. The siphoning. Isolated and heavily drugged, his inner circle manipulated him and drained his wealth. He blindly signed documents he was too blind to read, making terrible deals on his behalf. The ultimate tragedy. In 1976, Hughes died on a plane en route to Houston. Emaciated at just 90 pounds, with broken hypodermic needles still lodged in his arms, he was so unrecognizable that the FBI had to use fingerprints to identify his body. He possessed all the money in the world, but his paranoia stripped him of everything else. Howard Hughes is the ultimate proof that when you let money and fear take the wheel, you don't own the wealth. The wealth and the madness end up owning you.